Hi guys, it's Lori. How you doing today? Hey, have you had to deal with a boss, a spouse, a girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe even a friend who is narcissistic or borderline, or maybe they're just judgmental, or some personality type that just makes you feel uncomfortable? Has that happened, or do you have people in your life that drain you? Sometimes we're in these relationships and we can't get out. Now, if this is a boyfriend, girlfriend, get out now while you can. Please, I beg of you. Nobody is worth this. But if you're stuck in this relationship, if this is your boss, your parent, your child, your spouse even, because you can't just divorce, what do you do? Let's talk about that. Be right back. Guys, I'm back. My name is Lori, and I'm a life coach if you don't know me. Um, I deal with people every day, all day. I work with couples, I work with individuals. And it's my goal to assist people along this journey that we're all on. We all have to take this journey. And I'm not a PhD, always wanted to be, but I don't know if I want to call myself an expert when it comes to people, but I certainly do know people. I certainly can read them. I've been working with people all my life, and even as a child, I had this gift to discern, to know people. So I think today we put labels on everybody, don't we? I mean, I understand that in the psychiatric field, they're always going to keep changing things and different diagnosis, but I tend to have a problem with labeling everybody. Now we have the narcissist, we have the borderline personality. We have all these different disorders. Now I know there are mental illnesses. I grew up with a schizophrenic mother. There's bipolar. That's a mental illness. Schizophrenia is actually a physical illness. Excuse me. I know that we have um, sociopaths and psychopaths, and there are narcissists. There have always been narcissists. Borderline personality disorder, different personality disorders, social anxiety personality disorder. How about shy? How about socially awkward? How about an asshole? Excuse my language. How about a self-centered, egocentric asshole? How about a judgmental biatch? Sorry, excuse my language, but I'm sick of the labels. I think sometimes what happens with labels, it gives people an excuse. Oh, I have borderline personality disorder. I can't help it. Oh, I have narcissistic personality disorder. I can't help it. I have a problem with that. Okay, not an expert. Aside from that, this is how you deal with people. We don't have to label them, okay? I'm going to name off some things that these people do. I'm going to call them jerks. They're just plain jerks, okay? Now, if there's a lot of these people are sociopaths. If they're sociopaths, they don't care about you, okay? Newsflash, if somebody's constantly gaslighting you, if somebody's constantly belittling you, if somebody's constantly judging you, if they're so into themselves that they can't see past a foot in front of them, or if they're looking in the mirror is their favorite place to be, if they can't call themselves out on anything or ever admit that they're wrong unless it benefits them somehow, and they're constantly judging you, that person's a jerk. Plain and simple, don't you think? Okay, so we've kind of established how I feel about labeling. And again, not an expert, so let's just go past this point. And I'll tell you some of the tips that I've discovered. Number one, first and foremost, if you can run away, if you can go, if you can get away from this person, if this is not somebody that you are stuck with, I guess, if it's not your boss, I mean, you can't just walk away from a job, right? If you can, great, do it. You can't just walk away from a marriage. If it's gotten to the point, sometimes I'm not an advocate for divorce. I'm definitely an advocate for working it out. But if you married without realizing that this person is such a narcissist. If they're a sociopath, get out. Whether you're married or not, get out, because they're not going to change. Okay. um, and sometimes that judgmental biatch or that total narcissistic fool won't change either. So I'll leave that up to you. But if you're able to run, run. Number one advice, just go. Get through the heartache, deal with it, and go, because you deserve better than that in this life. You know what? One thing I've been shown is this life does not last long. Every one of us has an appointment to meet, and we're not going to be here forever. So don't waste time trying to change someone, because you can't change someone. The only one that can change someone is God, and that's not going to happen unless they choose that, unless they say okay to God, you know. And sometimes, people don't want to. A narcissist, a sociopath, doesn't see anything wrong with their behavior, so they're not going to change it. A self-centered, egocentric person that can't see past their own hand, doesn't care about anybody else in the world, or blames everything on everyone else. Or what about the perpetual victim? A lot of sociopaths are like that. The perpetual victim. They're always the victim. But yet at the same time, they're cutting and cutting and cutting and putting you down and making you feel so horrible about yourself all the time as they play victim. And sometimes they're really good at it, and the world believes that they're the victim and you're the bad guy. And you're left so drained, you're just a shell of who you used to be. Anyway, I'm just lumping all these people together, and we'll call them the jerks. Okay. All right. So if you can run, run. That's number one. If you can go, go. If it's at all possible, go. Okay. If it's not possible, first thing you can do is work on you. Okay. And raise your vibration daily. Like I tell if you've never watched my videos before, you'll hear me say this over and over and over. Raise your vibration up. Every morning, you can actually do a little ritual. You don't need to, it's not necessary, but it can help you to really feel the energy, like you move the energy around you, just by simply raising up, 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 up. Bring it down, bring it down. Reach up to God. God, please give me your energy. Pull it down into you. Take all the negative, give it to Him. Get rid of the negative, raise your vibration, pray, have faith, and hand it over to Him. Detach, okay? Look, the more confident you get in yourself, because what these people like to do is belittle you. They will isolate you, get you away from the people that will build you up. They want to get you away from those people. They may even talk crap about those people, make up incidents, and they'll use a little bit of truth. See, that's the trick. They always use just that tad bit of truth so that you'll believe it. Like, your mom said blah, 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 blah. And your mom said it, but didn't mean it in a negative way. But they're going to bitch, 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 bitch until you find yourself stuck in the middle between your mother or your parent or your sister or your brother or your best friend or whatever and that person. They want to start conflict, and what they actually want to do is cut you off from that person. Another thing they do is called gaslighting. Gaslighting is a technique that people use to make you think you're going crazy, okay? Make you think everything's you. Like maybe they'll do or say something that hurts your feelings, and then a week later you bring it up and they go, oh, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, you're nuts. I didn't say that. That didn't happen. And they get you to, now you're questioning your own sanity. Another thing they'll do is they manipulate a situation, they turn it around to make it you. They're always in the judgment role, they're always in the accusation role. They want to make you feel little, okay? So you need to build yourself up. You need to know that God loves you, and keep your support system. If you've already given up your support system, try to reconnect with them, because those are the people that love you. And you know what? If you get in a relationship with someone and they're trying to isolate you, that's a big red flag. If you're always walking on eggshells because you don't want to upset this person, you don't want to make them up, but you know what? When you do upset them, it's always your fault. And I find what happens is it's the people that are big hearted that are drawn to these people. So they take on that. They go, you know what? It was my fault. You know what? It was. I did the wrong thing. Another thing that they'll do to you sometimes is push you to that level where you become a person that you are not. If somebody gets you in such a tizzy that you say and do things that is not you, that you want to just, and that's not you, you know what? Get away from that person. A relationship should enhance your life, okay? So I digress. I'm sorry, I got off track a little bit. So what do? Detach, okay? Detach. Even if you, I'm sorry if you can't see me well. I mean, the sun is kind of, I don't know. Um, so detach your emotions. This takes a lot of practice, but the more you work on you and the more you build your faith and the closer you get to God and the more you reconnect with your support system, you will be able to do this. And one way to do it is to know that you know that you know. You're not perfect. You're not saying you're always right, but you know that this person uses these techniques. So don't let it get to you. If it starts to emotionally get to you, back away. Okay? Do not engage. So one, detach. Two, do not engage. Okay? Another thing that they can do is give you the best of times, make you feel really good, only to knock you down. So, when I hear people say, well, this relationship is so bad 98% of the time, but then there's that 2% that he or she just makes me feel so good. It's not the right relationship. Everybody's going to fight. Everybody's going to disagree. Not everybody's going to fight. I take that back, but everybody's going to disagree. Everybody's going to have, which is good. I mean, you don't want to be with somebody who's your little, yes man, right? You can have discussions, you can have disagreements. That's how you learn from each other, right? But you don't want somebody who makes you feel bad about being you, okay? Who keeps going back in the past, who judges what you've done, who you are, or who you used to be. Somebody who uses if you are vulnerable with them and you share secrets or you share really intimate details of your life, and they come back and use them against you. First of all, shut your mouth. Stop sharing. You're giving them weapons to use against you. But sometimes you've already done that. What you need to do is be confident enough within yourself. So work on that. Get some positive affirmations. Have some truth that resonates with you that you can speak out loud. So detach. Do not engage. Number 3, they're trying to put you in a position of defense. So instead of immediately taking on that defense role, why don't you bring up some truth to them? That's the one thing that they're avoiding is truth, okay? Always. They don't want truth. They don't want truth. They want you to feel horrible. So say, and let's see, they'll do things like passive aggressive things too, like any subject. You could be talking about friends of yours, right? And you're thinking, okay, good, this is going good. You don't want to be talking about people, but you're thinking, okay, they're not putting me down. We're just having a regular conversation. They're talking about John and Tammy down the street. And listen, pay attention to what they're saying, because they might say, Tammy's really good to John. Yeah, she cooks for him all the time, because you don't have time to cook. Or, John lies to Tammy. Yeah, you know, and when he did, and they're bringing it back to something about what you said or did in the past. You know what I mean? So instead of engaging in that and feeling like crap and letting them do that to you, listen, observe what they're saying, and then turn around and say something like, that seems to really bother you. Why does John and Tammy's relationship really bother you? Is there something that I can help you with? Why are you so angry? Oh, you seem really sad about that. Or you seem jealous of that person. That's another thing. They won't want you talking to other people. So, and I'm not saying if you did something wrong. I mean, we're not supposed to engage with people of the opposite sex or whatever if we're in a relationship. But say that, it's your sister or whatever, and you're a man, and she says, blah, 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 Stacy, blah, blah, blah. And you say, why are you so angry at her? Is there something that I can say for you? So now all of a sudden you're their ally, but you're calling them out on their truth. They're going to get very uncomfortable. Chances are they're going to get really pissed off and freak out. If they freak out over stuff like this, you know that they are definitely one of those jerk personality disorder people. And again, I don't like to label people because I think in this society today, people use those labels as almost their defense. Oh, I can't help it. I can't help freaking out because I'm bipolar, or I can't help the way that I am because I was abused as a child. Granted, all of these things do form the person that we become. If you're abused as a child, yes, it's going to do something to you, and it's going to form and shape the person that you are. But there comes a time when we have to take personal accountability and responsibility for the things that we do. And just because you were abused as a child or whatever does not give you the right to hurt another person. So simply call them out on their stuff in a calm manner. Now, I know that's not easy to do because they're really pushing your buttons. Just try those 3 things. Let me know how it works out. If you are in relationship with someone like this and you cannot leave, if you'd like some life coaching, if you'd like to take, I have group classes, which are a little less expensive than one-on-one. But if you need counseling, or if you need life coaching, if you need help in any way, if you just want, tips on communication or whatever, ANSWERS, the number 4, YOU16 @gmail.com. Let's set something up, or message me here, okay? I'm going to pray for you guys that are in this right now, because you don't have to tolerate this, okay? You don't. Remember, a relationship enhances your life. If you're in the right relationship, I'm not saying you're going to have perfect days every day, and there are going to be days that you wake up and you say, oh, I don't like this person. But you know what? When you really love somebody, you want what's best for them. You don't want to pound them to the ground. You want to lift them up. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.